Welcome to class. We are going to continue our discussion on to Unit 8, Lesson 3. Write a report about the findings of a survey. In this particular lesson, we are going to look at the adjectives and adverbs hard and hardly. As you can see here, getting into preschool, hardly easy. Hardly here means not. So getting into preschool is not easy. The topic of the discussion is a social phenomenon in which kids as young as 2 are supposed to study. And not only that, to get into school for these kids who can barely speak is very hard. You're going to listen to a reading aloud of this article, and after that we are going to talk about the difficult words from this article. We are going to read together a story about a girl named Madison Evans as follows. Madison Evans was listening to Mozart and Beethoven while still in the womb to enhance her intelligence and creativity. She was hardly born when her parents hooked her up with a Baby Einstein DVD program. The colors, music, and shapes all stimulated her brain. At 10 months, she started an early reading program. It is no surprise then that at the ripe old age of 2, hardly out of diapers, she is through a rigorous school application process comparable to high school seniors trying to get into college. Madison, known to most as Maddie, lives in New York City and she is trying to get into preschool. Maddie's parents are preparing applications to 10 schools. Today, she is at her 6th interview and she knows the drill. Unlike the little boy before them, she didn't have a tantrum when the director asked him to come into the classroom with her. And unlike 3 interviews ago, she didn't cling to her mom, making an immediate negative impression. Today, she bravely took the woman's hand and marched into the classroom for her interview. Now Maddie's parents anxiously wait behind closed doors, hoping their little girl makes a good impression. They have been working so hard on this application process. They can hardly wait to reap the rewards. She has to get in somewhere, right? Why is it so hard to get into a preschool in large US cities like New York, Boston, or Washington, D.C.? More families are choosing to live in large cities rather than move to the suburbs. The result is more children, fewer spots in schools, and parents willing to spend a lot of money to secure one of those spots. There is also pressure for kids to attend the best high schools, to get into the best colleges, and getting into the best high schools in turn means getting into the best elementary schools, and so on, all the way down to preschool. But in reality, there is hardly any guarantee. After a long year which was hard both on her and her parents, Maddie got into 2 very good preschools. But who's to say that Maddie really has a greater chance of getting into Harvard in 16 years? She may very well crack under the fierce competition of her private school. She might drop out of high school and not even make it to college. But don't let Maddie's parents hear this. They would totally devastate it, and understandably so. After all, they're just trying to give their child what they think is best. Now let us take a look at the words. Number 1, in the womb, in line 2. It means inside the woman's body. So the baby is in the womb. It is a different part from the food that is stored in the stomach. The womb is specially designed to hold the baby. Number 2, ripe old age, in line 8. It means the age where a child is matured enough to do something. For example, a child that is matured enough to walk by the age of 8 months or 1 year. Number 3, rigorous means highly intense, again and again. Rigorous training is a very hard training, again and again. Number 4, knows the drill means knows how to do something. Drill here means the procedure of doing something. Number 5, have a tantrum means showing anger. Sometimes some people, or mostly kids, cannot control their emotion and then they cry so hard, kick around, rolling on the floor. That is have a tantrum. Number 6, cling in line 18 means to hold on. If a child is afraid, then he or she clings to their mom, hold on to their mom. Number 7, reap the rewards means get the reward, get the results of what you have been working on. In turn, number 8 means then, finally. Now let's take a look at how we use the adjectives and adverbs hard and hardly. Examples: studying every weekend for my exam was hard work. In here, hard work is adjective and noun. Number 2, the children are encouraged to work hard. Hard here comes after the verb. This is an adverb. Number 3, at the age of 2, she is hardly out of diapers. Hardly means almost never. Number 4, I am very tired this morning. I hardly slept last night. Hardly in here also means almost not. Number 5, I have hardly any money. Hardly here means almost not, like I have very little money. Number 6, she hardly ever comes to visit us. Hardly ever here means very seldom, almost never. Now you can try to complete the sentences with hardly and the correct form of the verb from the box. I'm going to use this in our exercise in the assignment. Alright, that is our discussion today. You can write to me if you have any questions, and I will see you again in my next video.